gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Glow Sun Production proudly brings to you its best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. And that's We Talk Combats, where we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. I'd like to welcome you guys to another episode of our lovely show here. I'm joined by my lovely and wonderful co-hosts. I'll introduce them one by one. We have Madam Chemo Queen at the top. She is the queen of the ring of 86. How are you today, babe? Go, you good? You good? And mute yourself again, I think. One more time. Unmute yourself one more time. There you go.
Yeah, every time I try to do the hotkeys, it don't ever seem to be working for me. But I'm doing good. It's gonna be an interesting bunch of topics to talk about today. But I'm into it. How are you doing,
Yes.
King? Or excuse me, Muy Grande Negro Americano.
I am wonderful, madam. Thank you so much. And let me move on. Next, we have this guy with this big old huge head paws, the final boss, Hugo Boss himself, Mr. Travis. All what blinged out over there with how you feeling today, bro?
I'm good. And I had to go back 05. You know, I found my little piece, so I went back 05.
I remember when you got that. Lastly, we have my guy over in the bottom corner over there. He's heavy developmental. Don't ask him about anything. What's that, Evolve or NXT related? Mr. Green, how are you today, bro?
What's happening? I can't wait to talk about NXT and Evolve. Let's rock.
All right, John. If you're brand new around here, do us a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button and the notification bell somewhere near my guy, Mr. Green's steering wheel or left shoulder down there. This guy. We'll talk about him a little later as well. But also, you're brand new. Other channels we have, We Talk Combat Clips, where we do condensed versions of the show all throughout the week. I drop shorts over there, so if you're interested, make sure to like and subscribe and all that mumbo jumbo over there. If you leave a respectful comment, we will always get back to you. We definitely like to be engaging over here. If you don't know how this show goes, we give our highs and lows, y'all. Basic review of the week of WWE product, as well as the weekly grade, I should say. So a letter grade. Also, we get into any wrestling tea that may be going on, some news and all of it may be going on, the hot stuff, and give our opinion on that. Lastly, we get to any questions and comments that may happen. I don't know who playing. I think that's Queen in the background. But as far as we get to questions and comments, so if you have any questions and comments, hit us up with the @ WTC. We'll get to your questions and comments. I'll post comments throughout the day. Throughout the day, but throughout the show. And then once we get to the end of the show, I'll post questions and I will answer the questions directly and all. So we appreciate you guys joining us so much as always. We have a good show today lined up for you. So if you want to talk to us about it, definitely hit us up in the comments and we'll talk back to you. But with all that being said, let's get directly to the highs and lows. Hey, before we start, shout out to the podcast listeners as well, y'all. Please like the show over there, subscribe, share, and all that as well. We appreciate everybody on that side as well. Thank you so much for everything you do. And let's get to the show, y'all. We had WWE, another week of it, starting with WWE Raw. Shout out to All Ego, Ethan Page making his debut with a victory over Javon Evans. We'll definitely talk about that and more today. Next, NXT, we had the last woman standing match between Zarya and Sol Ruka to end their rivalry, with Zarya finally getting the victory. We'll talk about that and more. On Evolve, we had Brooks Jensen, I think his name is, going against Cappuccino Jones and Evolve and other things. We'll talk about that. Shout out to TNA Impact. Is that a Danhausen shirt? No, I don't think that is. But you had Rich Swann going against Mike Santana. I think it was for the title, but they had a TNA Instant Classic over there. We'll talk about that and more. SmackDown. Shout out to Fatal Influence. These ladies came onto the show, had a few segments, wrecked things, and left. So we'll talk about that and more. On AAA, you had La Parker and Ray Phoenix teaming to go against Money Machine. They picked up that victory. And we'll get to other things as well. But with all that being said, Queen, let me get to you first, babe. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and what is your overall letter grade for this week?
Well, so I'd say to this Raw, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it, we did do a show on Monday. If y'all didn't see that, that was a WrestleMania show that we did. So I had to hold on to my thoughts about the Raw that night. Um, so I actually really enjoyed Raw, and it's crazy I've been saying that lately because that's so abnormal. But got to see my man Ethan Page. Now, if y'all see that I do like the NXT show and stuff like that, that's my guy. All ego, I like him. That's the Serbian sniper. Don't mess with my guy right there. I was not really like a fan of him beating Javon though. And I'm sure it's because I got a bias towards Javon, but it's also because I don't want them to start making Javon because he's a younger guy, like getting jobbed out, losing everybody either. But I understand too because it was Ethan Page's first match on Raw. It's canon. You're not really supposed to lose your first match, really. And if you do, you lose it against somebody that's supposed to be like up there. And Javon is, I guess, supposed to be seen as an equal at the moment. So it was what it was. But we had a lot of introductions to some people on Monday. We had So Ruka, I guess, came back as well. Talking her shit to Liv, establishing herself on the Raw brand. Because as we know, that was we already saw that coming because she was at the Royal Rumble, so we already saw that eventually she's gonna be called up. But we also got to see her whole Zarya storyline a little play out a little bit on there. We had Seth and Braun. Now, I think Braun got hurt during all that. Like it's crazy, yo, that Braun he's been on the roster probably almost like a year and a half now, and he's still at the point where I don't know what it is or if it's situational awareness. I don't know, but he is always getting fucked up. Like he is all like from the hernia to others. Like yo, he's always and it's always like most of the time him messing himself up or him not doing a spot correctly, so it's like jacking him up so he doesn't have the right response for it. We got to hear from Dominic. We also got to hear from Jacob Fatu talking about how he wanted everything Roman got. I'm actually glad that they're going back to that storyline because then on Friday, it kind of piggybacked off everything we saw Monday, and I liked that. Like I like that in my Booker voice. You know what I mean? Like I like watching cohesive storylines continue. Like, and I feel like we did put a pin a lot in the Ulafala OTC one storyline, and the whole reason why Solo has MFTs. We kind of just moved away from that because of the Y6, and now that we're back on it, I do feel like it'll get re-engage people because now we're engaging with everybody, with the Usos, with Jacob, with Solo, and Roman, and I like what they're doing there. Like as I said, I've always kind of liked that storyline, so it was kind of natural to go with that. And then trying to remember everything else that happened. I know there was some stuff with Rhea, but nobody cared about that. Anyways, Rob was all right. Moving on Tuesday. So Tuesday we had NXT, and NXT is NXT, but we got to see again. They went back to the Soul Ruka Zarya thing because they got a blood feud right now, and it didn't actually develop. But the thing that's getting me though is that nobody want to talk about it, but Zarya kill it on the mic. Like she's way better on the mic than Soul. Like her even though she has an accent, you could understand everything that she's saying, and she puts in emotion at the right times. And to be honest, even like without makeup on and all that stuff, she has like a nice intimidating look to her. And like I like that she started out being a lackey and that she stepped out of Soul's shadow and that she getting her own little storyline. Because I could see her with being with like the Judgment Day or something like that. I could see her being a part of that, them kicking some other people out of the Judgment Day. She could even like do some stuff with Damian Priest. Like they could truly honestly be in like a fake relationship. I mean, don't everybody be doing that over there? Like they could be in like a fake thing. Like they could complement each other, I think. But regardless, NXT was NXT. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like NXT is starting to go down because a lot of people are getting called up. So like now as they're losing talent, the weaker people kind of having to pull together. So it wasn't the best. It was kind of I was mostly wanted to sleep during NXT this week. So we'll skip that. We'll go to Evolve. Evolve. It was straight. I don't know though about the dime piece. I like the dime piece and everything, but I need to see more out of his repertoire. It's looking kind of stale. So it's making it unbelievable that he could be the champion over everybody else over at Evolve based on just his move set. Like even him beating Starboy kind of at a point didn't really seem believable in a real situation. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I need to see more out of him. He kind of boring me, but we got to see. I think Wendy Chu had won last week, so they had like a little, talk about that for a little bit and stuff. And I believe they had a gauntlet match. I feel like that was this week. It might have been last week, but I feel like the women had a gauntlet match.
It was a
Um,
week before.
if they didn't, yeah, then just disregard. Uh, But it was all right. Like as I said too, a lot of people from Evolve, like Callie Armstrong was in Evolve. A few other people from Evolve are getting called up. So it's starting to get a little stale on their end. Like it's crazy because we're watching people graduate on each show, and then these shows go into a slump because now they kind of got to rebuild their stories over there because now people's is gone, and that a lot of people aren't going to have a story that's going to take place on two shows because some of the people are that good that like Joe Hendry, for example, like he can have a storyline going on two different shows at a time. You can have a WWE main roster show storyline going on and still have his NXT storyline that he had going on. But regardless, he got the call up too, so we ain't gonna be seeing too much of him either. So moving on from Evolve. Now TNA, I really disliked this week. I'm gonna name it for many reasons I didn't like it. Um, I guess Leon is I don't know if he's kayfabe injured or real injured, so he wasn't on the show this week. So I got to see a lot of people that I already don't really care about. Like and the problem that I feel like TNA has that kind of rivals the other shows is that TNA is very strong a lot of times in their wrestling, but they lack in their story. So it's like the story don't have bones. It's just, well, we don't like you because you got the championship, and we want that championship, so we about to get that championship. There's no underlying story of like, we used to be friends, but now you become jealous of me. Like there's just no Shakespeare. It's just I want that, so I'm about to get that. We gotta fight for that. Like Leon Slater's been doing a really good job on the mic over there. That's why it's my guy, and he was on my Mount Rushmore from that episode during Black History Month. Is that he's trying? I can see he's trying to build something there. He's trying to use what he has in his repertoire in terms of speaking to be able to create something there in hopes that like the other person gonna bounce off of him. And sometimes that's the issue is that it's like the I don't think these people are talking enough before they be running these sets. So like they don't all match what they're gonna say. It's like I think about when they were during WrestleMania when Austin there was all like, "Yeah, we got a bullet for you," and I'm like, "What? What are you talking about a bullet? What the hell? What is going on? You think you like doing a audition for some movie or something or some show?" But regardless of fact, moving on, it wasn't all that. It is what it is. SmackDown though, SmackDown, it had some slumps the past few weeks, and it wasn't even like because of Tricks. All of Tricks segments have been great. Like so, they've been holding the show together. But this SmackDown was better. We got to see Jacy Jayne and them. That, like as I said, a bunch of people came up this week, so we got to see her and the Fatal Influence have their thing going on. I think I'm the only person that didn't fuck that up. I don't watch all these people shows, and they always keep screwing up their name. But Fatal Influence, they had their introduction on the show, and they went at Rhea, and they saying that they gonna take out all the legends and shit, and they got a good boos. They got good strong boos from everybody. Like so, people were engaged enough to boo. So sometimes if it's quiet, that's when you know you fucking up. But if you at least get boos, people are looking and watching at you. They're booing you. They're paying attention to you. Like I'm not the biggest Jacy Jayne fan, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that there isn't possibilities there. I believe Blake Monroe also came up too, so she had like a little segment, I believe, during SmackDown as well too. Um, but the
That's
rest of the
next
show
week.
was really built. It was next week. Okay, well they were doing a teaser. Sorry, a teaser. So they had a little section teaser talking about Blake Monroe. But yeah, the whole episode was came back to Monday's Raw because as you know, whenever we come back from WrestleMania, they got commingled shows. So kind of real shit that took place on Monday kind of carried over into this show to Fatal Influence. Um, and also like the Jacob Fatu thing on Monday carried into Friday SmackDown. So they had to fight him in solo, and Jacob won. So they're trying to do something there because they had a confrontation of basically everybody else was kind of on the same side, and they're like, "Yeah, Jacob, you tripping? Like we're trying to be a family. You can't be just deciding you're the leader." And he's like, well, "I don't want to be a leader. I just want the money. I want a Roman guy. I want his shoes on his feet. All that shit." So that was kind of cool. They leave fitting at the right time. Like I'm always gonna call it when they end the show. They leave fitting at the right time, and I felt like there's probably stuff that happened afterwards that was cool too. But they kept us on a cliffhanger. We want to know what's going to happen with that storyline as opposed to not caring. Oh, I also forgot that Cody came out this week. I fucked that up. But he came out this week with his butthole eye. Him and talking to Punk and it got that big old doo doo looking eye. It looked nasty. And every time I see Cody when he gets injured for no reason, it's always just like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you trying to really put your body on the line? Like, we don't need you to do that. We don't need you getting your eye busted open. We don't need you getting your head crushed in and like all this other stuff and all these random bleeding situations you get. We don't need that from you. Like we really don't. Because then it always just sets up that somebody gonna beat you up a bunch of times and then you're gonna win out of nowhere. So like we're kind of tired of seeing you get beat up. It does nothing. It goes nowhere. It was pointless. And and him and Poke had their little back and forth or whatever, and it was phony baloney. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fell asleep and I missed AAA. So yeah, I tried to stay up, y'all, but that 10 o'clock sometimes be hitting me hard. So I woke up and tried to watch some of the highlights, but AAA be AAA. I was like AAA. They got cohesive storylines, even though there's a language barrier a lot of times. But everybody like it works. Like Ray Phoenix had his match, and I like Ray Phoenix enough. You know what I mean? Like he's at the point where I do want to see more story with him, or maybe they do the Lucha Brothers thing. But at the moment, he's no harm, no foul. Like he doesn't botch a lot. He's cool. And as I said with AAA, I feel like we get to see a lot more matches where they do a lot of little cooler move sets and a lot of like flying stuff. So I always appreciate AAA. And I believe they had El Grande doing a match with somebody else too. I think it was a double tag team match. And that's my guy. What more can you say? That's my guy. That's El Mexico right there. Okay, that's him right there. That's my guy. So I never have an issue with AAA. At the end of the day, it's a cool way to showcase talent that sometimes that we wouldn't normally know, and talent that we normally know being in a different setting. So like, I didn't see Lola Vice this week, but it was cool because she's got a lot going on now that she on NXT and she got the belt and she got chicks trying to take that shit from her right now. So let me close it up because I done took at least like 10 minutes. I'm thinking about to hit my 10-minute mark. Um, mm, I'm gonna give this week a C plus, and I wanted to give it more, but I do feel like the middle of the week and Raw kind of took away from it. So yeah, I'll keep it C plus. I feel like it could have been better. Oh, I didn't even talk about Trick and the Gingerbread Man thing, but I know somebody else's, so I'll leave that to the men.
No, you sure? Go ahead.
Nope, y'all can do it.
Go ahead, Quinn. Go ahead, finish it. Go ahead, talk about Trick. You just said it. Don't
I'm
leave people on
smiling
the
up the camera.
cliffhanger.
I'm good. I was fading
No,
away.
don't leave people on the
All
cliffhanger.
right,
Go
all
ahead.
right, all right. Yeah, all right. So if y'all ain't see it, one, I don't know who the heck is helping, or if this is all just coming from Trick and his people's storyline, but that man, Sami Zayn, came out in the gingerbread costume. He was getting it in with the cane. It was crazy. I had to watch it a few times because I was like, "Yo, he really getting it in." He was on beat with that trick. He was having a good time up there, and I loved it. And now Yachty is manager, and like he made a comment, about a lot of celebrities been coming up here like kind of messing things up, and that but I'm here, and I do feel like Yachty has a lot more sway than a lot of those celebrities at the end of the day. Like we're at the end of the day. WWE want black people. They want more black people. They don't want all the weird, smelly black people. They want new black. They want cool black people. They want sexy red black people. They want Cardi B black people. They want offset black people. They want black people that they know that other black people gravitate towards, and they want to be cool and hip. And I'm okay with that because they look like they're doing it the right way, and that they're making sure that their black producers are kind of being more in the conversation as far as that goes, instead of just throwing black people up there just to have black people up there. And they also just letting the black people be black people. Like we've said before, we've wanted this. Like we love our truth. We love Booker T. There ain't no shade to either of those guys, but those guys are very about not trying to be part of their hood side. They're all like, I'll let my hood side go. It's gone forever. And I'm like, it ain't gone forever. You just done. You trained yourself out of it. Like you got to embrace it. It's a part of you, and it's a part of the culture. And those are the moments that are viral and awesome. And that there's so many black people finding out about Trick Williams just because he had a train on his coat. People that didn't even watch WrestleMania or maybe didn't normally watch WrestleMania were like, who is that guy with the train on his coat? Like, he looks awesome. Who is that guy? Like, so they know what they're doing over there. Like, so just let them cook. But yeah, it was awesome. I appreciated it. But again, as I said, the rest of the week was kind of weak. So that's why I gave it a low grade. I wish I would have given it a higher grade, but it is what it is.
All right, we start off with a C plus. Let me move on to you, Mr. Green next. Not you, Travis. Wait a second. Wait your turn. Mr. Green, we're going with you next, bro. What were your highs and lows of this week WWE product? And what is your overall letter grade, bro?
All right. The lowest of the low is definitely that Cody segment. I think it was forced. It was not needed. Coming out there and then saying, like I'm a loser, and then well, then CM Punk was out there first, and then like and it was just bad. I feel like those two can do better when it comes to their promos. I don't even believe it was CM Punk's fault. I think Cody was the odd one out there, just kind of freelancing and talking about TKO and all. It was just bad. It was just bad. That was a bad segment, especially when you got the champion of all champions, on your show. So that was bad. A high, Oba, 4 words and I'm out. The ruler's here. That's all we needed. Appreciate you. Let's see. Ethan Page, y'all did a good job of talking about Ethan Page so far. Like I said, Javon, I don't want you catching too many L's, my guy. So let's keep an eye on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna keep an eye on that. But Ethan Page is definitely good for that mid-card work. Him, Javon, Dominic, Mysterio, like they're gonna have some bangers. Like, and the storyline should be good. Should be. That Soul Roka segment was almost good. I believe if you're going to bring Zarya out there, especially with Brock just retiring, quote unquote, and his move is the F5 and her move just happens to be the F5. The same situation that could have happened with her and Liv. She could have just did the F5 on the outside, and so Ruka could have got it counted out, which is a plethora of one of the ways that Liv wins her matches, through some outside in the first. So that would have been nothing shocking, and Liv could have still won, and so Ruka did not have to get pinned. So, like I said, you're pinning Javon, which is already, he's trying to establish himself, and now you getting so Ruka getting pinned. Although it was from the champion, it just didn't have to happen. So I don't like that. I don't like that. And the OTC segment, I think that did close the show. It was a very good segment, 5-2 and everything like that. And we're just gonna see what that is. The best part is, I think Roman just telling people like, hey, all right, we're gonna see what happens next week. You know what I'm saying? So it's so sad that he's so part-time that when he says, yo, I'll be here next week, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm tuning in next week. So that was Raw. NXT. I'm gonna just go straight to Keanu Carver and Joe Hendry. I love the fact that NXT is coming up with different ways to win matches. Joe Hendry got knocked out. Now I don't know how that's gonna help him, but they already say he's gonna be like the comedic guy, which clearly SmackDown has like damn near all of them, from Kit Wilson to R-Truth to Danhausen. I think majority he's on both. But yeah, they have guys. So Raw has nobody for little segments and stuff like that. So Joe Hendry can fill that role very well. But yeah, he got knocked out. Keanu Carver knocked his ass out, and I was like, yes, like okay, cool. Let's see different ways to have matches, to win matches. Lola Vice knocks people out sometimes, or she knocks them out and then get the 1, 2, 3. That's I like that. I like just be different. Try to be different as much as you can in today's wrestling. We had a casket match. When the last time I saw a goddamn casket match? I saw a casket match with 2 women, no less. So shout out to Blake Monroe, and God, the other girl name escapes me, but she won. But like is she got that casket? She got buried. She's on to the next roster. Okay, it's time. She had that one little botch with Thea Hill. I think she earned it. She cool. She's a very good self-made talent. This character that she's developed. It's cool. And I guess the end of that NXT was Sol Ruka taking that huge bump. They say don't use 2 tables, and they say it for a reason. I think we saw the reason why you don't use 2 tables. It's hard to protect yourself, I guess. And she definitely got a concuss. She definitely got a couple staples too. So she showed a picture of her top of her head getting staples. But that's over. I think Zarya, obviously she won that, and obviously Sol Ruka's going to the next roster. However, I think that spot did a lot for Zarya. I think she need to have her time. She need to have her time being top dog, just as much as Jada Parker, just as much as Kalani, just as much as I'm gonna leave it at that. Kendall Gray, she can still wait a little bit, and Kelly just got there. So let's have them 3, and then Lola Vice kind of go do that thing. So okay, it's good things from NXT. Mind you, I did not mention Tony D'Angelo because I think Tony D'Angelo, he's hitting a rough spot when it comes to NXT. So you gotta I don't know. Keanu looked at him, stared him down. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I think Tony D might have peaked, and he's going to plateau. If he doesn't do anything, he's going to drop. So he has to maintain. The thing about being a chaser is you have to, like, once you get it, you gotta keep the fans interested, because we was interested in doing his chase. He got through Dark State. Now he's the champion. Speaking of Dark State, you can see the ruffles in them, and I love it. It's time for one of them to probably Dion Lennox to do a solo thing. So these are things that I like. So that's that. Evolve. You know, it was a conversation in which I was not a part of, but I overheard, and some things what was said was 100%. I don't like the champion. I don't think he deserves to be champion. It is what it is. He's not that good. But they don't have too many other people on there. But for hell, if you would have watched that strap match, Brooks Jensen, you can put the bet on him. He's entertaining enough, you know what I'm saying, with what he does, that cowboy vibe that we've seen since the beginning of wrestling. There's always somebody with some cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. So, you know, that was cool. Cappuccino Jones, once again, this is the same guy. If y'all watch week in, week out, you know, shout out to the ones that do. He was in a one-handed match before. Like, the dude is a great wrestler, and his mic skills are getting better. So there's other people that can be champion on this roster that they need to go ahead on and just take the belt off of Aaron Rourke or whatever his name is and give it to some of these other guys. When you saw the ending of that match, Max Adams was formerly Mike Cunningham or whatever. He literally changed his name last week. And the two people that he had with him, this tag team, that the Indian looking, the Native American looking guy, I don't know what his culture is, so forgive me for that. And the black guy, like, they are in shape. They look like a good tag team. Like, they got the look of a good tag team. So I like to see more of them. And also, the person that's going to eventually have the championship, in my opinion, is Dorian Von Dux. Like I said, this dude he's dominating his opponents right now. Like, they're just waiting to give him the title. So these are people that you want to look at. These are people that you want to keep an eye on, because they're going to be making their move to the next roster momentarily. That leads us into TNA. I didn't watch TNA, so that gets a pause for me. I didn't hear nobody talk about my boy Ricky. Did he have a match on Thursday? Did Sosa? Did we bang with the Sosa? I don't know. I didn't see it. Hopefully he did. Hopefully Travis and King bring us home with that. But with that being said, let's go to SmackDown. SmackDown was it was okay. It wasn't the worst. I like to dismiss all Jade rumors because she was not on that show. They was like, oh, she about to get the axe. No, her husband was actually going into, I think, the Cincinnati Reds or maybe the Atlanta Braves, one of those two franchises.
Cincinnati Reds.
The Reds, bets. He was going to their Hall of Fame, just the team Hall of Fame. So if there's ever a show to miss, is when your husband is going to a freaking team Hall of Fame. But that's also with the fact that, you know, she also said that she wants to wrestle on Raw instead of on SmackDown because it's Friday night. You know, I get it. You know, there's no shade to Jade. She's a champion, or unless she's a championship type of person, so she can say certain things, and there's no harm there. But she was missed. But we got Red was out there, and it was a good segment with Jacy Jayne and Fatal Influence. Like I said, you're starting to see the upcomings. The new blood is taking over, and I loved every second of it. They booed the hell out of her. And when the last time, it's hard to get boos like that. I remember Dominic getting boos like that, and they did nothing with that. Shout out to Creative once again, dropped the ball. Dominic was getting booed out the building, did nothing with it. But here we go here. And hopefully they do something with Jacy Jayne and her crew. So she had a good segment when it came to that. I guess Cody was out there again. I didn't care. I was just waiting for Trick, to be honest with you. And Trick's segment was probably the send home. Once again, I looked it up. And the guy, shout out to Bruce Stefanski. That is a name I just made up because I don't know his name, but he got slapped, and I like to appreciate him taking that slap. So right now, until I find out for sure what your name is, Bruce, you got slapped, and I appreciate you taking that slap for the team. It was very entertaining. It put Trick on another level, if you ask me. So Trick taking steps every goddamn week, and just another week, another slap, another thing that says, you know what, I need to replay that scene right there. And that was just due 100% to Trick, but shout out to Bruce. That might not be a name, but I honestly don't care. But shout out to Lil Yachty. Like he's not just here. He's a manager. And his timing with Trick is special. Like, we haven't seen people go back and forth and play off each other paws in quite some time. Like, there's not even managers out there like that. So the fact that he can do that is tremendous. So shout out to that. And yes, Gingerbread Man with Sammy. I think we kind of got that. Some people called it from the very beginning. Some people called it mid, and some people were surprised. Either way, it was a nice thing to kind of keep that thing going just for a little bit more. We don't want them to overdo it because they have a tendency to overdo rivalries. Shout out to MFTs and the other crew. But that was cool. That was cool. And I guess the 5-2 segment, great segment. I had no problems with the solo thing and them coming out there, and Jey Uso was laughing in the back. He wasn't laughing because he was just laughing at the situation. He was proud. He was proud of 5-2 and his younger brother. Like, they having their segment, and he's right there because normally he's on Raw, so he's right there watching it. So he couldn't hold himself. I wish he could did a little bit better job of staying in character. But hey, man, look, that's a rare moment for him personally, so I'm okay with that. And Solo, I mean, if 5-2 straight dominated the whole MFT squad except for Tyler, I see why they kept Tyler Tonga in the back because he should not be able to destroy the whole MFTs if Tyler was there. So with that being said, I understand certain things. But yeah, all in all, for this whole entire week, I saw AAA as well. That was it was some entertaining matches, and El Grande is El Grande. I love it to the point where people are starting to politician themselves to be on AAA, and we might get into that later. But it is what it is. I think all in all, this week, it was an entertaining week, man. It wasn't the best. It wasn't like the highlight that you want after WrestleMania. So I understand that, but it damn sure wasn't the worst either. So honestly, the person that brought the whole week down is the goddamn WWE champion. He had the worst moments. So I'm gonna give it a C+, and it's only because Cody brought the whole week down. Shout out to Cody, man.
Shout out to QB1, man. We got a C+ and C-. Queen, you give it C- or C+? C-. Hold on, a plus. Okay, so two C+. Let's get to the final Hugo Boss. What you got, bro?
All right, so basically, like, I'm gonna agree with everybody for the week 2. Also, Raw was pretty average, you know. Oba had his moment, you know, he came out just like how Roman Reigns did back in the day when he beat the Undertaker, and he came out and said, you know, this is my yard now and all that stuff. And Oba coming out and said the rulers and all that stuff and all that good stuff. I hate the fact that Javon took the L this week, but I like the fact that Ethan Page is finally now on the main roster. You know, as long as he's away from Ricky Saints, that's a positive for me. And also, I'm glad that the Street Profits are back. Yes, we can finally have some good tag team wrestling back, or the main roster back again overall. So that's phenomenal. That's good. I see Braun Breaker took a dash. He cut in the back of the head. You know, hey, I guess whatever he did with that super spear, whatever, it must have pissed off Seth Rollins. So, hey, you had to take a gash in the back of his head. So that's kind of, but see that Jacob now is coming after the championship. So I don't know if this is going to just a segue for him to be on Raw. Like, I don't know if this is just, just like everybody been saying, Raw after WrestleMania. So I don't know if there's a draft or something coming up soon, or this is just a way that, to get people from running from show to show within these next few weeks or anything like that. So this is new, but I'm pretty okay with it so far. Now, for NXT, look, I understand we got bills and stuff to pay and all that stuff with Progressive and all that stuff, but when Joe Henry come out and we got Booker T at the doing his commentary, do not have Vic doing no ad reads. We want to hear the Booker T, Flip Flam remix of the Joe Henry music entrance. Like y'all killing me NXT. Like y'all paying the bills at the wrong time. Y'all trying to pay the bills at the wrong time. We can't do that right now. I'm gonna agree with Mr. Green too. Also, like I'm loving the fact that Dark States is starting to break up. With Dion getting his chance, we had what's his name Sugar. So I guess he's finally getting some crack at some solo gold next week. So I guess this is a new way of getting the other members of Dark State involved in going after some championship gold. Now I love the last women standing match. I had no problem with it. I'm gonna agree with the Queen of the Ring, like Zarya. I don't know what's like. I thought that when they was gonna break up Soul and Zarya, I thought Zarya was just gonna go just straight like flopping. But I think this is working out more than with Zarya with Soul. I think like Soul is now missing her. I would say her point or whatever. Like she should have been up when she beat Bailey at Saturday Night Main Event. But that's my opinion. Like she lost some aura. And I say that back to that time they was in that ring and before this whole match and everything was starting to break down and how they had their little promo in the ring. And Zarya, had some big points and all that stuff. And it just seemed like when Soul was talking, the crowd was drowning out Soul. So she's just using the ball. But anyway, I'm loving the fact that now we got a new guy that I guess now he's in the title picture, Keanu Carver. I guess he's going to have his moment with Tony D'Angelo soon. I mean, I ain't like the fact that he beat up Joe Hendry, though, but that's just, but I get the point, though. You got to, you need that guy to establish some, some type of dominance, to get some aura and all that good stuff. So I thought it's pretty cool. Now, for Evolve, dang. I hate the fact that homeboy, I forgot what his name is. I know it's Luca, but I can't remember his last name. I was like, damn. When I said he got let go, and he just had the match with Tate Wilder there against Cam Hendricks, and it was the Haley Riggs. So he just had that match and all that stuff, and it was getting no disqualification, or it ended. Well, also, I thought this bull rope match that was pretty cool too. Also, like it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was funny or anything. It's just the part that I hate about it the most was that that what Mr. Green said. The homeboy, he changed his name so many times. Abrams or whatever. Like he had to interfere, I guess, to try to
Adams, if I'm not mistaken. Max Adams.
Max Adams, okay. But I ain't like the fact that he had to interfere though. But I thought the match was pretty good within itself too. But that was cool. Now for TNA, I did see TNA. Mike Santana, Rich Swann. It was a bang of a match. I would say it wasn't like the greatest match, but it was something that was worth watching this week. I'll say that for TNA in its entirety. This Dutch dude, the Jeff Hardy and all that stuff, he ain't had to be a 69 guard this week, but keep figuring out his tongue and everything and all that stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool. Now I am missing my guy though, Ricky Sosa. I don't know if he's still doing his thing overseas and all that stuff. I don't know if he's trying to clear out some of those obligations he's got over there. But we need you back in TNA, bro. Like I need you back for my piece, for my Thursdays, so I can enjoy TNA for the rest of the week. But anyway, on the SmackDown, though SmackDown was cool. I love the Trick segment, him, Lil Yachty, and everything like that. When I'm saying that, well, Sammy wasn't, involved or, appearing or anything like that. Like I was thinking, like when I seen the gingerbread guy a few times, it was like was a possibility that Sami Zayn could have been in the gingerbread man suit. So I thought that was cool. Now, it was cool saying, fatal influence, call up to the main roster. But I thought it was just gonna be Jacy Jayne because I don't see nothing really with the other two women. I think her name Fallon and what's her name? Laney Reed or whatever. Like, I understand that she was the speed champion, but it's like, okay, you've been that for a hot second, but what have you done really outside of that? Or
you about
anything,
to see. That's why
been made. I guess we might great see now, but yeah, but I thought we would probably at least see something like that before she even got to the main roster.
She got all that heat, not to keep cutting you off. Jacy Jayne got all that heat, right? She got a faction already. They gave her a faction day one.
Faction.
She has heat. They did the right thing.
Yeah, but says so like for that thing, I guess that makes sense in its entirety. They love the fact that my man Tama, he said, "Look, what are we doing out here, man? Like, I'm like, you see what happened with the Y6. Like, you gave him the lantern back at the right time, and now you trying to interfere yourself with Jacob and Roman's situation. Like, look, man, Tama, you about to get ready to do your thing. I guess you're going solo, break your way from the MFTs. Hey, maybe one day you go at the United States Championship." Which you should have been doing in the first place. I mean, I ain't trying to knock Trick or anything like that, but he had a chance to get in the title even before Trick, back when Ilya had it, or even Carmelo Hayes had it. But I think they dropped the ball a little bit. But they see AAA this week. I love AAA. The AAA is, same thing, I like the match between Laredo Kid and Dr. Wagner. I thought that was cool. I love the tag match too with Lil Parker and Ray. Now, Ray and Laredo Kid, they need to have that match soon for the what do you got? I don't want to say the Latin America, but their cruiserweight championship, because I think Dr. Wagner is their Latin American championship. So at some point they need to, get this out the way. I like the little comment he said about, Penta having the championship, but you just said like you ain't got any. You just want to be like your brother. Now I did see the the match between Grande Americano and I'm gonna say what's his name, Texaco Jr. And I can't remember the other two guys' names, but I thought that match was cool. Like I said this last week or a few episodes ago, like with AAA so far, I'm still waiting on the Lucha Bros tag team, and I still need to see the Vikingos, Big Vikingo, and Mini Vikingo have a match at some point. So for overall this week, I'm gonna agree with everybody else so far, but keep it in that C range, and I'm gonna give it a C+.
All right, so damn, hold up, is that everybody? C+, 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 C++.
I think so.
We doing computer science and over here and all that stuff, but all right. I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna give my grade first. I'm giving this week of WWE product a B. I ain't gonna be scared. I'm giving it a B. I'm still gonna grade it compared to me knowing about wrestling and all that stuff in my history. It wasn't the greatest week. No, it wasn't the greatest WrestleMania. After Mania week, they didn't get a bunch of surprises, but I'm grateful. I'm not gonna be a hateful show and just hate on everything. I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy the show. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed what they did. It wasn't a bunch of like callbacks, a bunch of old folks. You got your page at WrestleMania, but you got a bunch of NXT call-ups. Like a lot of people that's about to change the game. And I think they were major pieces of the show. I think shout out to first and foremost, Ethan Page. He's gonna be a major part of the mid-card championship range, and scene and all, obviously. So I'm glad he got up. We're gonna see him regularly on Raw. I think he'll be one of the faces of Raw. No, I'm not saying the face and all, but just a guy when you see weekly on Raw, you're gonna be looking for Ethan Page. I did not like again he beat Javon Evans. That was a job for Dragon Lee. No disrespect. That could have just happened easily or whatever like that and got that over with. And he could have just beat him, but for some reason he had him beat Ethan Page. Javon. Hope Javon gets his dub back in some situation. They can have a feud if they want to start that off like that, but usually somebody got to lose, so I don't like them doing that. I agree with Sol Ruka. She should have took the 10 count out. I don't know why she got in the ring to take the finisher and then get pinned. I guess it was a champion. I understand that, but they could have fixed that, but it still was good matches and all. Shout out to Oba. I'm still worried to get a little bit about Oba because I don't think they really have something they're going to do with Oba. I think things are changing around him. He's still going to be the guy. He's still going to have his whole momentum and all that stuff. But I do feel like they still are trying to figure out the next move, and like things are changing based off of Brock Lesnar and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens with that one. But the promo just short and sweet. I don't think he's even going to be on like TV every week. Probably it's going to be like a couple weeks. You see him, and then he's a phenom. He's an attraction. Which he should be, but I do also, like I say, worry about him because I don't know if they know what they want to do with him next until we get to like King of the Ring or something like that. Other than that, like I said, Cody and Punk, I didn't need that. I guess Punk about to be the placeholder for Cody because he has nobody to compete against. It is what it is. NXT, fun. Not the best. Keanu Carver, they about to give him the company. A lot of people leave, and it was their exit to get him up out of here. Zarya, maybe she runs the women's division. They'll have a fun little women's division because Zarya, like you said, Lola Vice over there, the other ladies that are there still can get the championship. They haven't gotten it yet. They didn't get called up. That should be fun, but fun week. Like I say, NXT was cool. Evolve, two matches. You feel me? Like they're fine. It's Evolve. From nobody special yet. Nobody I'm looking at saying, oh my God, they're gonna be the guy that's gonna change the industry. But we don't need that right now. So Evolve is just fun watching. Up and coming talent. It is what it is. But I agree, Aaron Rourke. I mean, I feel like he's the champion because of his sexuality, which is fine, his representation and all that stuff. But there's a lot of people on the card that's just better than him as far as his wrestling ability and all that stuff. So you might want to get that up off him pretty soon. I mean, not make that a long-term thing. We'll see. Impact, I didn't see much of, but I have noticed that Impact has changed their game up, especially without Ricky Sosa and all that stuff. They're starting to put more of their matches you want to see earlier in the card, instead of waiting to the end of the show so that you're like, damn, I don't want to wait till 11 o'clock to see this match and all. I'm tired. So you're starting to see matches a little early and all that you'll be able to see. I do think that's a smart move by them. Good matches. Like you say, Rich Swann and Mike Santana. Mike spent the block. He did Travis' favorite finishing move, won it again and all that stuff. So, it is what it is. Moving on. You got to get Ricky there, though, bro. We missing Ricky. They need their star. SmackDown. First and foremost, I mean, this is Trick's show, bro. The Pimp Hat. It is Trick Williams' show. Sami Zayn getting Aura back with Trick. Like his heel turn and all that stuff starting to feel fun. You getting the Sammy bloodline, like dancing and all that stuff. He getting his Aura back. I thought that was incredible. Yachty being there is fun. We know the whole story. The end point is probably Yachty turning on Trick, going with somebody else when they finally get the title off of him. That's how you get the title off of Trick. Makes sense. Everything is perfect. I know people complaining about the people getting fired and all. Well, Yachty bringing something to the storyline. He got the best. Actually, he part of the best rivalry in wrestling right now. It is what it is. Sammy and Trick are the best rivalry, like DA said. Don't let it go forever. But they had a short match at Mania, so they deserve a Backlash match. And the championship changed hands, so they deserve a rematch. This is the way wrestling used to be. Let him get his rematch at Backlash. If Sammy can't get the job done, we can move forward into more guys or whatever getting that done, moving with both of their storylines. Jacy Jayne is a star. She's came in and taken over the heel division or the spot for the women. Like it's hers, and she got a faction already. The ladies, these two women, Fallon and, like you said, Laney, both got a chance to be something major now based off the heat that Jacy Jayne has. So if they the outcome of this should be one of them being a major face, leaving this group or whatever, or stable. We'll see what happens with that, but Jacy Jayne is hers. That's signed, sealed, delivered. That spot is hers. She's the heel. I expect her being champion very soon. Very soon. With all this, especially if it continues and all. She's great on the mic. She's great in ring, and she has the nose and all that stuff to be like a Triple H, a heel and all. She knows what it is. But that's not to say she's the worst looking lady and all that stuff like that. It just is what it is. And I understand she knows her role and she does it well. She's awesome. Like I say, major star in the game. She is going to do what she does. Other than that, Cody Rhodes, the weak point, he has nobody to go against right now. He can't bounce off anybody. His title reign's still trash. He's still the champion. We got to figure out somebody to get the belt off of him. How are we going to do that? We'll see. Or move along with his character. Tag team championship still being defended. We got Danhausen and people loving him with the Miz, just giving him something to do. What else? Felt like I'm missing someone. No male. It wasn't no male that did something today, right? Oh, Royskis and Solo having a little story that's going on in the cut. There's a lot of little stories, and I enjoyed it. I thought this was a good show. Like I said, there was some weak moments and all, but you had Jacy Jayne in a bunch of segments, which was incredible. You had Trick Williams, And you can't have the show being perfect all the time. I tell you all the time, you just got to have a couple segments that hold it down. And then you got the rest of, you got filler. They're just good matches or such and such good segments so you can laugh at it, something like that. And then it is what it is. So I thought SmackDown held it down this week after a bunch of crazy, disgusting, horrible SmackDowns recently. Lastly, AAA, I didn't see that. I'm going to catch up on it after we finished the show. Actually, I don't have any knocks or any, thoughts that AAA wasn't anything but great as it always is. I'm excited to see the matches, continue the storylines and all that stuff that's going on. So, I mean, I don't even have to see TNA and I can already at least give it a B. That's just the way I feel about, not TNA, AAA, and be able to see that. So overall, like I say, in general, I wanted to kind of get a week of B+, but I'm like, I'm not going to go that far. I remember how the old wrestling used to be and all that stuff. So it's a week after Mania, but I'm going to give it a B, though. I enjoyed this week. I thought a lot of stuff memorable happened this week, and I think there's stuff that I'm going to go back to and actually look at over and over again. You feel me? In history that happened this week. So I'm going to give this week a solid B. But with all that being said, Travis, what were our highs and lows brought to the people by?
The merch.
The merch. Yes, sir.
The merch. The merch.
Travis, I could hear your chains the whole time throughout the whole video. Travis, you was like bling bling, and it was hitting your chains in the mic and all that stuff, bro, when you spit your verse. So I got you. But yes, definitely check out the merch, though, if you haven't already. Travis has one of the NWO black and white inspired t-shirts on right now. We have the black and red inspired NWO as well, the TNA inspired shirt, or call it Trickin' maybe if you want to, and also the Nation of Domination, as you saw on there. The links are in our video's description, also on the page, the show page description. If you need the links for any of those, you don't have to do anything, but if you want to support the channel, we appreciate you guys so much. We do all this independently. I want to also show love to our watch along schedule while we're doing it, while people watching and all, just in case you don't get to the end. Weekly watch parties we have. Let me loop that actually. Mondays we have Raw. We do Discord actually live. If you need the video access, it just have to be a subscriber to the channel and link your Discord, or you can come over to the YouTube watch along and talk with us. But Raw is on Monday, Tuesdays NXT. And this isn't always. We mainly do most of these shows. Sometimes we might be busy and not able to do it. Discord is always available though if you need that, and you need to be over there and talk with the rest of the Glow Yard over there. But on YouTube, Monday is Raw, Tuesdays NXT, Wednesday is Evolve. But on Discord we show AEW Dynamite. Thursday we show TNA Impact. Fridays we show SmackDown, and on Saturdays, if there's no PLE for WWE, we show AEW Collision, and then AAA, Luchador Worldwide or whatever. And then also, if we do have a WWE PLE on either Saturday or Sunday, we show those. And if there's a major boxing event we feel like needs to be watched, or MMA event, we show those as well. So we appreciate everybody for the support and all, and definitely use the perks of the channels while we can. It's absolutely free, but help us out. Share the channel and all that stuff. Help us get to 500 subscribers so we can start having perks for members and all, and people like you in the Glow Yard. Appreciate you, cuz, for getting the merch and all that stuff. But y'all, we got some tea. Let's get right to it. All right, y'all. Say his name and he appears. Wave your hands from side to side. Say what we saying, James. What we saying?
Yeah.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is here. He is officially a member of Raw, starting out on next week, Monday. Well, actually tomorrow, we'll have Joe Hendry having a concert and actually establish his first rival. So I want to know you guys' opinion on who you think will be his rival, possibly. On Friday, we got the news that Madam Blake Monroe is finally getting her call up from AEW to NXT to now Friday Night SmackDown. So we get her. And last but not least, especially for the guy Travis, the final Hugo Boss, his arch, or I should say his his rival or arch nemesis, Mr. Ricky Saints himself, showing
that
up
trash
on Friday.
dude. No,
Mr.
no,
Absolute
no,
is showing up on Friday to bless us with his presence. And Travis, I just want to know from each one of you guys, Travis, Queen,
yes,
BA, or Mr. Green as well. What do you guys think about these three guys being called up? How do you feel about it? Just your overall opinion, y'all. What do y'all think? Real quick.
Well, I like everybody talking Ricky Saints. That's just me.
Okay.
He should.
Go ahead, Queen. I know you want to
come back.
Unmute yourself. You muted. Unmute yourself, big. There you go.
I had unmuted myself. I don't know why I got remuted. But yeah, all those people basically we kind of already foresaw them coming up. Ricky, this ain't his first rodeo though, so I'm hoping this one go better than his first time. But he went to Joe Hendry. Like we already knew this was coming. It was like the trick thing. We were just waiting on it. This is the next crew. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think everybody gonna find their place. But Joe Hendry, he gotta do something about his body. I'm sorry. He don't take his body as seriously as he should, as much as he takes his shirt off. And it's not because he's like a husky guy. You could tell, like, if you go look at his old wrestling stuff, he wasn't as husky. He got to mold all that weight that he got on him because he'd be looking sloppy now. Like, he'd be looking like he got little love handles and
if
stuff.
If you don't recognize,
he got to give a better wrestler.
That's why he got a cap. That's why he got a cap that they talking about. But go ahead, Bia. Mr. Green, I'm sorry.
Well, I think he is slowly and surely getting into a little bit better shape. He realizing that call-up was happening, so he's not as chunky as he was when he first came on NXT. But I like Joe Hendry. I like to see what he can do. But as for his first rivalry, I have no idea. I thought that Danhausen was going to probably mess it up some kind of way, and then just going to stall it out one more time. But like I said, it's good to see him. Ricky, obviously, Blake, obviously. These are full fleshed out characters, and that's what it is. I think sometimes we get away too. We went through a whole gimmick era with the early 80s and the 90s and stuff. So we went away from that type of stuff. But it's okay to get back to people that hone in on your character. Ricky Saints is a character. Joe Hendry is his own character, and same thing with Blake. So these are things that I like. They're not carbon copies too much of other people. They're themselves in a characteristic form. And I like to see what they can do with themselves. So hopefully sky's the limit when it comes to all these guys. But yeah, so with the people that's coming, people had to go. So, it is what it is. This is the cycle of WWE as much as life itself. So it's all good for me.
That on your record means like 5 years.
That's you, Travis? Yeah, I'm about to say it. So I 100% agree. Like, I'm pumped to see Ricky though. Like everybody else has been. Blake Monroe been teased. They want to see that since she been back in the day. I can't think of can't think of her name right now. I'm tripping. Her old AEW name, but they've been wanting
Mariah May.
Yeah, Mariah May. Yep. Joe Hendry, but I'm excited, man, to see my guy Travis. Me and Travis watching SmackDown this week. Ricky Saints, baby. Ricky.
I ain't watching SmackDown this week. That's trash. No.
They can bring Ricky out there. We want to tell you the truth. Ricky.
No.
Yep. That's all I need. No. Man. Oh yes. I saw that, Queen. I saw that. I'll say something. Queen just dropped the news in the chat. I saw it. I was gonna wait, but allegedly, according to Fightful Select, shout out to WrestleMania. I sound like them. According to shout out to what is it? What is this? Bob Ross or whatever his name is, or something that Fightful Select or whatever. According to him, SmackDown should be going back to 2 hours pretty soon instead of 3, which they need to. That'd be incredible. God damn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the show might be perfect when they go to 2 hours. It might get to a point now with the talent they have. 2 hours is probably perfect, but go ahead, Queen.
I'd like to have a life on Fridays. That'd be my whole thing. Is that sometimes I want to go out on a Friday or something. Like, at least if it end early
then at
enough,
10 is awesome. Yeah,
rank some, But some of these Fridays, 10 is perfect. Like you can hang out real quick or something. Like you and I can hang out. But that 11 o'clock either one of us will fall asleep every Friday. Either one of us will go to sleep.
All right, now
the watch long every Friday. It's one of us.
The next news. Let me see if I can find the daggone picture. This right here. So allegedly, shout out to Dirt Sheet Radio for this one. TKO president Mark Shapiro confirms that TKO has full control of WWE creative and spends lots of money to bring in stars and market WWE. So I just want to say a quick piece about this, and anybody can say what they want to say. I know a lot of folks around the way and on shows and all have been trying to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt when they hear this shit, and they like, oh, find another way to get Papa H out the dirt and say, oh, this happens and it's great. This only says what WWE has always done forever: get celebrities involved with main events and all that stuff. Now let me flip it and reverse it. Shout out to Missy Elliott. Triple H is the reason why Cody Rhodes still the champion right now, guys. That's always been his story. That's what he wanted. Everybody wanted Randy Orton to be the champion. TKO, they did involve Pat McAfee, and he shouldn't have been involved because you really could have built on the legacy story and all of that. But they wanted Randy Orton to be the 15-time champion right now, which would have been the last. And no matter what happened, if Randy had been champion, you could fix the story and go from there and continue after WrestleMania with WrestleMania Backlash and continue with that with Randy being the champion. But because Pat didn't want to be involved in all that stuff and they bullied him and all that, Triple H went back to what his plan was going to be, and Cody Rhodes winning the champion or keeping the championship. So Cody is still sitting here with no competition. But that's my piece real quick. But you guys have anything you want to say about this? Now that they've released this and say anything? Travis, no? Queen?
Guys,
You still go ahead.
like
Go ahead.
so
Yes.
this is one of the situations where we oh, you can hear me?
No, yeah, I
like
can
we
hear you. Definitely.
basically have watched how the product has changed. We've watched how the product has changed since TKO has taken over. And I know a lot of us want to blame Triple H, but it is still like partial blame. Triple H is not innocent in this at all. Triple H does have power, and it may not be as much power as we expected, but he has power over the certain things that he does, which the main thing is the talent. Now, I'm sure the TKO probably puts their hands in a lot of other aspects of it because they know that they're paying for it. But as far as the talent goes, yes, that is Triple H. Now, the other thing going on, like with the celebrities and all that stuff, that's not inherently, I mean, they're talent, but they're not WWE superstar talent. That is definitely a corporate decision, just like a corporate decision to put all these goddamn ads in these commercials and all these ads and sponsorships all over everything. That is entirely a TKO situation. Before, it used to be very different back in our day, was that there was advertising, but it was like quick, or it was either on just the merchandise or it was just commercials. Like it was one or the other. It wasn't both. It was like on the show, you can't tell what is a commercial and what's not. They'll be having conversations talking about what somebody did in 2023 and then saying, yeah, you know, we're going to watch the Snickers replay. Like, huh? Like, yeah, this is a replay from Snickers.
This
Remember,
is-
why if you're hungry, why wait? Like they'll do like it'll be in the middle of a conversation. It's almost like Black Mirror.
They're all
Like-
in marketing and management together, Queen. That's how I
Yes.
feel. You feel me? Like, so they all get the blame. It's like I'm not going to excuse. I'm not saying you're
Yes.
saying not to. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's why
saying
I
that's
said
the way.
he's still
Continue.
responsible. Yeah,
Yes.
he's still responsible.
These
I
guys
agree
don't
with
know
that. Yeah,
wrestling,
he's still
and
responsible.
Triple H
He's
supposed to be the
not
guy that
innocent.
knows wrestling, but he's not the guy that should be holding stuff down
Yes.
because he's making bad decisions on him knowing wrestling. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. Mr. Green,
And yet,
Go ahead,
and
Kim.
ultimately, he's the face. Of course, those people aren't gonna be all out there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but he's the face, so he's naturally gonna take the blame, just like a coach on a team. Like sometimes
he
it's
should.
the management's problem, but we look at the coach first because that's who's talking.
as he should. Just and shout out to him saying Pat McAfee was the face of WWE. He said that, not Mark. Mr. Green, you got something to say?
Not too much. Not too much. It is what it is. Like, don't take that fire pause off of Triple H. Don't take that spotlight off of Triple H. He needs all. I need all eyes to focus on his product and the things that he does, because what he's doing is he's failing the company. Most of these releases are guys that people that he
hold on. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Don't go
All
to
right,
the
bet.
releases yet. Mm-hmm.
Bet I'm not gonna mention no names, but the reason why people getting released is because they didn't have no work, and some of these guys just didn't have any creative behind them. But that's your fault, Triple H. That you have to do that. And I heard that you wasn't even there on Friday. So these people are getting released, and you don't even have the goal to show up. Like, that's a problem, dog. So like it is what it is at the end of the day. Like you said, King. I appreciate you putting that out there first and foremost, Pauls. Like, yo, don't let none of these smoke screens fool you. Don't let none of that fool you. It is what it is. It is Triple H. TKO can only do so much. They don't know the business. They don't know mid cards. They don't know how to sell shows on a Raw or a SmackDown to build feuds for their main events. They don't know none of that. It's all Triple H, and he's failing at that. And if you listen to Road Dogg has been teaming up with Billy Gunn doing little podcasts and stuff like that. The more he talks, the more little pumpkins, breadcrumbs he letting out. Like, a lot of this stuff is Triple H. A lot of this stuff that people have ideas, he's shooting them down. And some of these ideas probably would have been like, yo, let's rock with that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like,
Road
you
Dogg said
said,
he was a scapegoat. Road Dogg said he was a scapegoat because of Triple H.
There you go.
Keep it on it. That's what it is. But all right, y'all, let me get to the next story real quick. We got two more. First is this. BA just touched on it a little bit, pause. But shout out to pro wrestling and MMA news. But here are a few of the release talents that happened. I'm gonna go through this and read a couple people I've recognized. But Alba Fire, Apollo Crews, Andre Chase, Shatara May, Steele, my guy Santos Escobar. Wow. Zoe Starks, Aleister Black, and Zelina Vega, the whole Wyatt Six, the Machine Gun Kellys, or Motor City Machine Gun Kellys, Kairi Sane, and then that whole bottom row. I don't even know. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, what y'all think about this? So hold on, let me say my piece first, and then y'all can add, because I had a floor. I basically said it like that. I want to say something real quickly. I wish all the best for everybody else, especially like Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. They probably gonna struggle with this because WWE let them go, and AEW they kind of did them dirty. Nobody here was a needle mover, and that's no knock to any of them. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't want anybody to lose a job, but there were a lot of newcomers coming up. You knew this was going to happen. It happens every year. This way, you got to put yourself over. You can't rely on just the company as well. Guys like Apollo Crews, shout out to my guy Apollo. He made money for a long time, man. He was the face of main event and all that stuff, but we knew something like this was going to happen. He wasn't being used. Like, he was just sitting there. The Wyatt Six, we don't know. They tried with them forever. They could not get over. That shit didn't work. It was trash. Motor City Machine Gun Kellys, been trash since day one when they gave him the championship. We yelled about that. They gave that to him to try to put them over. They couldn't put themselves over. There was nothing about them that made you gravitate towards them, no matter. So here's, last thing. It's not about wins or losses. It's about being on TV. When you're on TV, you make most of your time. When you make most of your time, you make it memorable. Shout out to Johnny Gargano and stuff like that. When you being shown and all, something that you remember. These guys had no aura enough, and it's just, hey, let me go wrestle and all. So they didn't move anything. Kairi saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to leave and all. You had a story going on. We thought something was going to end with you and Asuka and all that stuff. But, I mean, they let go of Dakota Kai. Like, you're not a needle mover. People wanted to see Asuka versus Io. That is what it is. It sucks, and it is what it is. But it's not like any of these people selling a bunch of T-shirts or nothing like that. So I wish them the best. Hope they can go somewhere, build their character, do a Cody Rhodes or something like that. Sucks for Santos because they begged him to come back and then let him go right if he got injured and all that stuff. But it is what it is. But y'all got the floor, man.
A lot of these guys, I think that bottom row, if I can see it, I can't really see it, are NXT and Evolve guys. So it was a lot of, it's about 6-7 of them. Travis, Frog Splash brought up Luca earlier, so he was one of them. Tyra May, I think she started to be more trouble than what she was worth, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Just that whole little leaking thing and all this other stuff is like, nah, like that you can't do all that. You can't play like that. And it sucks for a sister gonna have to get that axe, but at the same time, we see what they're doing with Cali. They putting the engine behind. They putting the rocket Cali, like to get promotions and stuff like that where she was getting them at. Like, okay, cool. So you know what I'm saying. Callie kept her mouth closed. Tyra was messing up on social media. Things like that happen. She the best wrestler probably in the women's division? Yes, because obviously what she did with the Olympics. But you got to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to this situation, especially early on. Zoe Stark. Look, man, they paid you to get healthy. Like, just call it what it is. You could have been got that X. You made a terrible spot. I will always go back to that spot when you called out Kyrie. You should have felt better. Yeah, damn it, you know what to do. This is a situation when things happen. There's ways to handle when things don't go right. You failed. Luckily, you was on a roster for this long. Like I said, they paid you to get rehab. At least they kept you along for that. There's a couple other people, and I'm not trying to sound negative, but like some of these people are it is what it is. Like, you didn't show enough. Some people, I think you didn't have an opportunity like that. I know you brought up the Wyatt Six and some of those guys. I always thought as soon as Bo had his family issues, I was like, yo, can they not wrestle? Do they have to always be? As soon as that moment happened, I said it's over. It's over for all of them, and that's not on them, in my opinion. I think that's on creative for not knowing what to do. Just have them wrestle. They don't need all the lights and not every single time. Like just have you had Eric Rowan, like, yo, he's a mobile big man. Why is he not being used right now? Why is Tala Tonga not being used like that? This is a creative thing, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, as a whole, yes, as a whole, you can throw them in the ocean and not bring them back. But you know, I think they dropped the ball with some of these guys because some of those dudes are talented. Loomis is talented. Joe Gacy can go, but Loomis is a talented dude. I think him and Eric Rowan should have been the tag throughout the whole entire thing. But things happen.
He's my only pushback, and I see. I think Queen wants to say something. You see, like MFTs. You see, like Tama Tonga, how he separating himself. Like you see him. Right, like I see you. Something about to happen with you, right? They tried to find ways to put the YS6 on TV, bro. They gave him the Street Profits championships. They gave none of them dudes push. Nothing happened. I understand. Yes, I do believe it is creative decision to put you involved, but we already know creative not the best. You have to rise to the top. Like you have to be a guy where you see something happening. They let Aleister Black beat Randy Orton and Sami Zayn within like the last month, right? What did that do for Aleister Black? Creative let him have the wins and all that stuff. Who rocking Aleister Black t-shirts and all that stuff?
Yeah, nobody.
Zelina Vega got the U.S. title by mistake, so she had the one up where it's like, bro, you got it. You ain't even mean to get this. They gave it to you. She talking about, she want to do this in Puerto Rico. I hear all that stuff. Yeah, they're not gonna let you be a fighting champion. So what do you do when the camera's on you?
Yeah, I think they're gonna get signed by AAA. But at the end of the day, like I said, I hear you, but you know, they can't make the call when they need to appear or not. That's the thing. And I take it back to the Halloween joints. They wasn't there for Halloween because of Bo Dallas and his situation. They didn't need him to make that a point to make that appearance on the one time that they need to see you. So you had a backup.
I agree with you 100%. But that's Halloween though. So since that point, they've tried to force feed him. You feel what I'm saying? They've given him the Street Profits championship. Street Profits was not on pay-per-view. They let them be on the PLE with the belts and all that stuff. All the stuff with them. They gave him a main storyline. They've been a dumb day storyline for SmackDown for forever with this damn lantern. They've been getting TV time.
So I think some parts are sometimes you need certain moments. And then those moments will spearhead you. Them not taking advantage of Halloween is one moment. The second moment was not them not being a part of the Stranger Things Raw. Although that Raw was trash, they needed to be showcased some kind of way, and they didn't get that. Thirdly, I don't want to go too far because I really didn't mess with them anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I really didn't mess with them.
Triple H is trash, so I don't want you to think that.
But they didn't take advantage of the time that they had when they had it. That is also true. That is also true.
Like the TKO thing. I'm saying when this failures happen, it's usually on both talents. I watched, like you say, Danhausen was booed his first ever thing. He went down from that point. He should have been. This is over. He didn't do that. The Rock was giving Rocky Maivia. I know these are great players, but that's why they become great. You don't do that. Who else got a dumbass gimmick that I just talked about recently? I'm like, damn, that's a dumb gimmick. He got it, but he just ran away with it. R-Truth, you feel me? Just people that get dumbass gimmicks. It's like, well, the TV's on me. I'm an entertainer. This is my job. These people aren't entertainers that they hired. The Wyatt Six aren't entertainers. They need to be made. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it sucks that they got fired and all, but they got to roll. They rather have a Ricky Saints come up that can try to get himself over some. So I don't have to write as much. You feel what I'm saying? They want to get a Blake Monroe up with her character and all, so I don't have to write as much. You should be happy yourself as an independent contractor. So we help you out as a team, not just us building you. And I think that's a failure on both sides. That's why I be saying these guys, none of these people have. If we had a whole episode of SmackDown with all these people on the show, who watching it? Which one of y'all watching this? If we had a whole SmackDown, just the whole show was all these dudes for like 4 weeks in a row. Who watching it? None of us. That's what I'm saying. They're not them. That's how I feel.
No, they're not. They're not.
Queen, you got to go ahead, B. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah, I ain't gonna go back and forth with you too much because I ain't mess with them anyway.
Like it ain't worth for them
Yeah,
motherfuckers. Go ahead.
Hey,
so
whatever.
that was basically what I was going to kind of say. Really, to be honest, is that I hate saying this, but other than Apollo Crews, there's no love lost there. Like, what did we lose by having like them people going away? Yeah, I understand the locker room. They got feelings and stuff. They friends and shit. But on a wrestling note, what did
I don't know.
what is there any of them leaving change?
People and the
To
people
me,
trying
when I thought about all the main storylines, it don't change shit. It don't change
Nothing.
nothing.
and then people trying to
Like
compare
the Secret
Kyrie.
Hermits, for example, what's her face is already gone. Chelsea Green already been doing her own thing anyways. Like she don't even need them no more. She don't even really like she could still be Chelsea Green without the Secret Hermits. She don't need them. The Secret Hermits could be anybody. To be honest, it could just be two women in tuxedos. They don't need to be nobody. Kari Zane was just I don't know what the noise is, but Kari Zane was just behind Asuka now. Like so, she was just falling behind that whole storyline. So we don't really need her. Again, she's probably somebody people like. We don't need her. Y6, we did not need that Lantern storyline. It didn't change anything. It didn't add anything to the story. We can forget it. Like it's forgettable. Like if
Kyrie
we didn't
Sane,
go through for 5 months, we already forgot it.
they keep trying to compare Kyrie
Kyrie Sane
Sane
what?
to R-Truth, right? And I'm like, that's not the same. R-Truth was always, I
R-Truth
told you
was
before the
still
show.
on that shit every week.
Yeah, but R-Truth
He
was
was still on the
always
show
one of the
every
top
week.
merchandise movers for the WWE.
That was the
He
next
was
thing I was going
moving
to
stuff
say.
in numbers. People was watching and they were buying his merchandise. Nobody's wearing a
Yeah,
Kyrie
like
Sane shirt. No, not. I'm sorry. Like, it's not the same thing.
Alistair
It's not
Black,
about
the
just being
last
black
time
or
anyone
white.
thought about him and his lady was when he did the ambulance match, and nobody really even cared about that. Like, and it's like you got to just think about it in the realistic point of view is that people get fired every fucking day, yo, and they were not contributing anything to the product for anyone to care. R-Truth was every week still on the show contributing to a storyline that was going on because the Ron Cena storyline was the
They
whole
knew
point.
this was
At
gonna
that
happen.
point, we already kind of had a feeling that John Cena was gonna be gone.
We talked
These
about
saw the
this
writing on
already.
the wall. They already should
We
have been putting
talked
applications
about this
somewhere else.
already. We know this happens after every WrestleMania. We talked about this beforehand.
Yeah,
You should have got your shit together,
it's like a
got
game
yourself in
studio.
line, and got some
Yeah.
and showed something on TV where you were going to be needed, where you weren't going to be released. They tried for some of these people. Alistair Black and Zelina Vega
Like,
they
damn, I don't want to
tried.
lose them. Yeah, they're yeah.
You feel me? They tried their ass off.
Yeah,
I
they
don't want to hear
tried,
that.
but other people too. The other people though, it's like it don't even matter that you're gone.
Well, let me get to
Yeah,
this
like
last.
okay, I guess everybody
get to
tried
this.
then in that respect.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let me
go
get to
ahead.
this last part real quick for the tea. But y'all, with this one, you might want to put your kids away for a second and all that stuff because the language might get dirty. But you've been warned.
Warning, shots will be fired during this presentation.
Shout out to my guy Kyle over at Black Couch Booking. He's been on the show before. Check it out. I think the episode was something about Oba. Before maybe we talked about I can't remember the exact episode. I'm sorry, but he put out a part today, a show talking about most hated, talking about black women, and it says the IWC hates strong black women in the WWE, not in kayfabe. And he had a rant that he went on, and I listened to it. It was a great show, man. Very powerful and all, bro. But I wanted to touch on this real quick and get you guys' opinion. First and foremost, Kyle, I'm gonna do what you did. I know you were trying to talk about it, but I'm gonna do it like you do it. You don't owe nobody a fucking apology, bro. You don't owe nobody a fucking apology. It's hateful white people that fucking hate what we do. I've been doing this podcast thing for years now as well, bro. And you're not the only person to get it. We all get it, bro. We see the comments. I go through Twitter. It hurts my feelings going through Twitter and watching shit because half the comments when I go through Trick and all that stuff, the videos of that is just hateful white people just hating shit. I mean, you don't have to apologize. The other white people that understand what's going on, they say it too. So you don't have to apologize to them, bro. The IWC do hate them. And I don't even want to go to the white people because I want to go to you as well, Kyle, what you talked about. It's the black folks, bro. It's the black knucklehead mofos that be the ones that be standing up in these comments behind people that oh my God, I love Rhea Ripley. I love him so much, would be calling to say shit like Lash Legend look like a man, or Jade Cargill look like a man, or Bianca Belair. I don't see anything in them, but a run up and down for Liv Morgan and all that stuff. Yeah, bro, I see it too. It disgusts me because they won't stand for themselves, like you said. You'll see other people standing for themselves all day, but we just stand for everybody else but ourselves. We destroy ourselves. We'll laugh at ourselves or call ourselves this and this and this for that. I never wanted this show to be where we just upbring black people because they just black. Like I do. I'm always gonna root for somebody because of they black, but I'm never gonna bullshit you about somebody being a great wrestler or entertainer because they black. Like I told you, Apollo Crews was getting his money forever, and I was all up. Hey, Apollo, do your thing, bro. Applause to you. I'm glad that you did make your money for all those years. But at the end of the day, I knew the writing was on the wall. I knew if somebody was gonna get cut, Apollo Crews was one of the dudes who's probably gonna get cut. It is what it is. I'm not sitting here crying about it because it is what it is. But I'm gonna talk about this shit though, because they do this. It's nasty. The Jade Cargill hate. Jade Cargill better than Rhea Ripley. Jade Cargill just to look better than Rhea Ripley. She a better specimen. She's stronger than Rhea Ripley. It is what it is. Y'all gonna hate. She is the truth. That's the reason why TKO and all them wanted her, because she looks like something that just you see on a movie and all that stuff. Rhea could never be that. I'm sorry, Rhea. You know what it is. You're going through your problems right now. And it's ain't even a shot at Rhea Ripley. That's just because she's badass. Jade Cargill was badass. Lash Legend is a fucking Amazon. The definition of an Amazon that plays sports and all that stuff look just like a lady. With the definition of what you think a lady got, all these fucking ladies on the screen right here, like you said, got men in a crazy serious relationship. 2 of the women are married and the other one is engaged to be married pretty soon this year. These strong black women. Bianca Belair in the face is one of the prettiest motherfucking ladies on the roster. What are we talking about? These women are spectacular, athletic, and like specimens, creatures. Just I don't know what to give them. I can't even say I can't express the words of what these ladies doing. And I love it. So for these white people to fucking hate, and these black motherfuckers to hate as well, I'm sorry. I ain't even sorry for my language. Just go out to all y'all. Come in the comments, like, dislike, comment, come back. I'm gonna come back and say my piece to you because you always gonna shut the hell up because I'm gonna say what I gotta say in my facts. Bro, never apologize. Do your fucking show. It's Black Couch Booking. People gonna hate you for saying you Black Couch Booking, bro. For no reason but just to fucking hate. Don't apologize to these people. Do your podcast. Let them be fans and watch your shit, bro. Your shit is spectacular. You call it like it is, and you try to keep the peace. But these motherfuckers are hateful. We live in a time and a day and age when it's like that, and we all know this. We know this, man. So you go through it, and it's freely. Motherfuckers with check marks that's saying hateful shit in Twitter. With check marks. What a picture now. They don't even give a hell because they don't care. We know what time it is, bro. It's ugly. But don't do that to the brothers that do that shit and fucking go hard at these ladies and disrespect these ladies when they changing it up, changing the game. The people that disrespected Naomi for forever and shit, that she wasn't good enough. Y'all called her ugly because she like wearing a fro. I remember that dumb shit. The people that go at Bianca Belair and all that shit because of her breasts. The people that go at Jade Cargill for no fucking reason at all. I don't even know why you can do it. She's the perfect women's wrestler there is. If you say Randy Orton and you say, hey, what's a professional wrestler as a man and all that stuff, you drew up a Randy Orton. As a lady, you drew up a fucking Jade Cargill. And Lash Legend, like I said, is just a different beast. She's just a natural fucking beast. Where it don't seem like she got to do much. She just is that. She's an Amazon. And she beat all of you motherfuckers' ass to be talking that shit probably. All 3 of these women. I'm tired of this shit, bro. It's nasty. And I ain't going to fight back. I ain't going to sit back. If I'm angry black man, I'm angry black man. Hey, it's Martin Luther King's and it's Malcolm X's. I don't give a fuck. But I'm not going to sit here and let y'all disrespect these ladies. These ladies are fucking legendary. This shit is ran by black people, and it's still not even ran by black people. We're not the majority in this shit. It's just the cream rises to the top. They finally got the chance to fucking showcase what they can do in front of your eyes on this TV, on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or wherever the hell it is. And look what happened. They drain aura from motherfuckers like they always do because you can't be them better than themselves. Hey, Seth Rollins, you want to do this shit and look like this? You can't be Trick. Hey, Brock Lesnar, you want to eat corn and all that shit and talk? You can't. Batista, you can't be Oba. Hey, Jeff Hardy, you cool and all that shit. You like singing and all that shit. You'll never be Javon Evans. I don't give a hell, bro. What the hell Carmelo can be over to HBK? Let's stop this. Because you hate. You hate because you know what's about to happen. It's like any other sport. We get denied long enough in basketball. When they allow us there, what the hell it become? We get denied so long in the NFL. When they allow us to be quarterbacks and shit, what the hell it become? They denied us in fucking boxing. When they allowed us, what the hell it became? They allowed us in golf. What the hell it became? I'm done. There's no need to argue this bullshit. They haters. Fuck them at the end of the day. And I'm done with my rant. The floor is yours, man. I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Kai. I just really want to talk about this shit because I'm done, man. The hate on these black women. Fuck these dudes. Real talk. And I'm always stand up for these black women for that shit. Fuck them. Head and shoulders. I don't give a hell. Floor is yours, yo. I'm sorry. I'm out.
I'll get it for the
I
queen
guess
if you want to say something.
yeah, go ahead. Okay, yeah.
No, go ahead.
As a black woman, I'm gonna say this because it's the gaslighting, because I did watch Kai's video and he emphasized the gaslighting. So as a black woman, I over the years, just as a normal person, not even as a celebrity or anything like that, have gotten lots of hatred from especially white men for existing in what they want to consider their sector. And wrestling is something that, again, they consider their sector. And if we're not being sexualized, we don't get to be there. And because of the fact that those women don't get sexualized, they're not as entertaining. They're not trying to like bust it open, no offense, like Liv Morgan. You know what I mean? Like, that's not them. They can still be sexy, but without trying to be, I hate to say it, like smutty. Like, and I hate saying that because I'm not about slut shaming. But the reality is that black women always got to work harder to exist in those spaces, especially spaces that are dominated by non-black people. And up until the recent history, wrestling has been dominated by non-black people. And that they'll always get a different kind of reception, even if they were to do the same thing as those non-white people. So back to hinge off of your point, King, all those women could beat their asses. I have no doubt in my mind that if she said sign the waiver, they beat your ass, fight a fist fight. They only got to wrestle you. They could probably beat you in a fist fight. Half of them, the men that make these comments. And as you said, the most disgusting part about it, again, is that this is the post 47th president effect, is that a lot of people do got checks. A lot of people do got clout or seen as clout in their community, in their respective communities, especially in the wrestling community. And that as black people, we've had to, for years, have to just deal with the bullshit that isn't fair because people say it's the way it is. Now we reach in the day and age of why is it what it is at this point? Like, why is it still okay behavior? Why does Rhea Ripley not get the same hatred of people calling her like white trash or Australian trash or something in her inbox? They don't. The reality is they don't. Because at the end of the day,
and that's not even her.
She's white.
And that's not even
white presenting.
And Queen, it's not to cut you off real quick. That's not even fucking her. That's a made up fucking portrayal of who she's supposed to be. These ladies are actually who the fuck they are. Oh, three of these ladies.
All of them are the same people on that play up their character, but they really are real. Jade really is that bitch. She really is an entrepreneur. She really doesn't need this wrestling shit. That wasn't a lie. There was no lies detected. Bianca was chick, especially when she was in college and stuff like that. Y'all seen her body? She did that triathlon bullshit during the pandemic. Like, think about that for a second. Like, at the end of the day, like, all these women don't have options. This is the end all be all for them. They more than likely won't do shit ever again outside of wrestling. I'm sorry to say it. But the fact is that unless y'all get a job in the office, which I don't see a lot of the women in wrestling go move into corporate. Have you noticed that? A lot of them you don't see in the backstage being writers and doing this, that, and the other. You don't see them on Unreal in the background. No, you see a bunch of men or you see retired male wrestlers. Like, you can get to see black men in that room, but you don't see no one woman, let alone a woman of color over there. So that being said, and just to kind of wrap it up, is that Kai brings up a bunch of points that a lot of black women constantly bring up, but we're always told to shut up. So I really appreciate, as a black man, that he was able to say this on his own 10 toes. Because yes, this is shit that black women feel all the time, especially being a black female wrestling fan who isn't just a brand new fan. I have been watching for probably about this point, probably 35 or 34 years out of my 39 years on this earth. Probably. I remember going to wrestling events as a very young child. I obviously didn't know the semantics and that there's different brands and different, and like all this stuff, but I knew what wrestling was. And I was all associated all with the same thing. So the fact that we always have to deal with not only just the people in their comments, we got to deal with the people in the YouTube comments calling us monkeys, or even call Trick a monkey, or saying Javon a monkey, or like saying that Lash looked like a man. Like, and check another thing too that you brought up earlier that you didn't bring just now. All of them got a man. All of them have a man.
Yeah, I said it earlier. All in a serious relationship.
One is about to be
two of them married and one about to be.
They all got a man. They are not looking for your approval as a man's approval. They want your approval as a wrestler, but they don't need your approval on whether or not you think they're attractive or not. Like, who the fuck cares? And the biggest people I got the gripe with are these white men, the black men that be worshiping these bitches like Rhea Ripley, or these Tiffany Strattons, or these Alexa Blisses, or these Liv Morgans. Like, I understand that they're goon material, okay? But most of those women, like a Liv Morgan, she would not be able to fight nobody in real life. Like, nobody. Like, she's small, but she's not even like athletic. And what is she gonna do? Just try and do that thing where she put the feet behind your head and flip you shit? That's about all the fuck she can do. Like, she wouldn't be able to fight nobody in real fight. And Rhea's a pussy, no offense. She ain't gonna fight nobody in real fight. It's always the women that be the strongest. Is the issue is that if we had this is what I really believe. If we had a black woman character that was like a ditz, like I think that was it too. Is when Naomi was doing her lighted up thing, she was kind of like not lighted up, you know what I mean? When she had her glow, her let's glow shit, she was like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm fun. So she didn't really get like as much hatred per se about her character, but it was more about her look. When she became Warning Naomi, they all just shut up and watched her. They didn't know how to respond to her because you saw her as the nice person. You saw her flip on your ass. These other ladies, besides Bianca, have all come in as like, bitch, I am her. And what about it? At the end of the day, Bianca even came in as a, hey, it's the EST, you guys like me. And then when she's on NXT, she started kind of developing more of her character to being like sassy.
She was a heel. She was a big. Yeah, she was a heel on NXT.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, exactly. Like before all that, it's like we look at this point of view of because they're not nice and like all supposed to be like rainbows and shit like that. Like even if they had a goth black girl, she would kill it right now. Like she would kill it right now because she still have the same confidence as these ladies. And all these ladies are kind of very different personalities. Lash is obviously a little bit more of a girly girl. Jade is a little bit more, she leans more on her masculine but makes it feminine. And Bianca, like she tries to be a lot feminine outside of here. So again, a lot of the shit be coming from places of insecurity. That's really the main point I want to make. It all comes from insecurity. Is that if these bitches were like other women and they were like, oh hey, it's me, you really want to like me, tee hee, then y'all be like, oh, she's so innocent, we like her, but she still like looks weird or she looks masculine. Y'all would find something.
They try to find reasons, like you say. They try to make something. They try to find reasons, and it just make them look dumb. It is what it is. Like I've seen multiple people on Twitter, and then Mr. Green, the floor is yours, on Twitter talking about Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, Trick Williams is so racist. He keeps calling Sami Zayn the gingerbread man. I'm like, you fucking idiots. It ain't only white people that's fucking gingers. I wish you fucking knew the world and knew more than your fucking only little bubble and shit, you ignorant motherfucker. I hate them so much. They so ignorant. Well, what if Sami Zayn should be able to call him a nigger and all that shit and they cut the comments off and shit? I'm like, why the hell? What they got to do with him? What the fuck are you talking about?
Sound crazy. You sound crazy.
What the hell are you talking about?
Saying that shit. It's like it's crazy.
I
like
told the one dude. I showed the one dude.
They're talking the blonde wigs, and I'm like, but she wear a gray wig.
I showed the one dude. I went to Google and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go far. I'm gonna find an African for you with red hair. Sent it to him right. I said, I'm gonna do what fucking Google could have did for your ignorant ass because I'm gonna be Google for you this one time. Sent it to him and sent that shit. He had nothing else to say. Like you fucking idiot, Mr. Green. Go ahead, bro.
Well, let's go with this because I like to get multiple perspectives, especially on a show with multiple people. I respect your viewpoint. I respect Queen's viewpoint. I'm going to then go and first and foremost give shout outs to Jacqueline.
Yeah,
girl, I can only imagine what you've been through.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I'm gonna shout out to Jazz.
Yep,
the first like formidable, strong woman that I've seen in quite some time. I can only imagine what you've been through, and this is just since like the 90s. You know, I know it's others in other time periods and all this stuff, but this is just relatively recent. You know, so I'm gonna give love to that one 4 horseman woman that said, you know what, me and Naomi, we gotta get up out of here because y'all not doing this right. Shout out to Sasha Banks. And all she's doing is cashing in and winning titles at the titles. The talent is there. That's undeniable. I want to give a shout out because y'all mentioned those 3. Shout out to the ones that's next. Shout out to Kalani. You know, you about to get married. Shout out to you. You're a beautiful black woman. that can do any move that you can think of, any flip that you want to do that somebody else done did. She can do it. I'm gonna give love to Kelly Armstrong. You're the newest one. You know what I'm saying? You the one that came out the performance center. They chose you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the full package. And you about to show the world what you can do. So yeah, I mean, I love that. Shout out to Jada Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like you shown what hard work and diligence can do. You literally reinvented your character a few times to perfect it. You know what I'm saying? That's hard work. That's grind. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't get cut. You know, so some people see something in you. In a sense. So this is the old, and this is the new. You guys brought up the present, and then let's talk about the present. You know, and it's just it is what it is when it comes to this world. And if you publicly can say something, then you publicly get called out. If you felt the need to hit send, then it is what it is. We are on public display at this point. So please don't take offense to anything that my counterpoints said. Matter of fact, let me scratch that. I hope you take offense.
Yeah, you go.
Wait, I got you, bro. I got you. I'm already there.
You was about to go through your soft point again, and we just started.
Oh boy, it's called setup. You messed up my setup, my bro. I got you. You feel me? I hope you take offense to everything that was said because it was aimed right towards you. You feel me? So it's like, you know, these ain't warning shots. These are 4 shots at you. Like, what credence do you have to say anything negative about what you see in front of you other than, hey, I don't like her because I just don't feel the way she wrestles? That's okay. That's your opinion. But when you start to get personal, then that's a problem because we don't get personal when it comes to other people. We don't get personal when it comes to Rhea Ripley and the fact that they're giving her everything. The fact that she went and took Bianca and EO's spot. We didn't take that personal. We just were like, damn, like y'all gonna let her get away with that? I guess y'all is. Like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's be real. It's things that happen in the past that we just kind of just like, yo, just I guess that's just wrestling, right? And I guess people getting tired of it. So shout out to Kai for pointing out there. Shout out to us for talking about it. This is how you get things to spread. We're not trying to take his views. We're not trying to do anything. We're trying to uplift the brother because he came up with a very good video, and more people should see that video. And then yes, if you listen to us, please watch the response that we're giving you because we're giving you from the heart. You're talking about 2 men that's on here. One, the brother is married and the wife is there. I'm married. It's like, so we're not coming at you from like, you know, broken families or nothing like that. This is real talk that we're trying to tell you. Like, yo, these sisters are performing at high levels, at high degrees, and they should be celebrated. But yet they don't get that. They gotta fight.
Models, bro.
They gotta do all these other things. You know, at the end of the day, there's no negativity when it comes to Jake. Go Google it. There's no negativity there. There's nothing.
I wanted to bring that up too.
Educated role models. These ladies are role models that kids should want to grow up and be like.
All of them, yeah. Especially as Black women, we need that. Like, again, speaking of Black perspective, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, BA, but yes, we need that.
Good.
So at the end of the day, I don't knock no sexy red hustle. I don't knock no Cardi hustle, but we need this. I need Black women to see, oh, hey, there's other things you could do as an entertainer and still be yourself. You don't have to be overly sexualized. Oh, hey, you a track star? Hey, why don't you take that skill and apply it to something else? It's like Trick's story. Trick was going to be a football player and shit didn't go the way he wanted it to go. But that's crazy, though, at the end of the day, because his shit still turned out how he wanted to be. He still got to be a star, just a different way. So, like y'all just saying, the role model shit, that's very important. And especially, too, a lot of these women don't have their own kids yet. Like Naomi just got her first child. Bianca is a stepmom that's having her first child with her husband. Jade already said that's on their menu. That she said about 5 years. That's when she gonna be ready to do that. And like, so at the end of the day, it's like they still prioritizing their husbands, their marriages, and their relationships, and still being able to do what they want to do and be what they want to be and be the statistic. And I love that. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna wrap it up by saying this. Like, I think, you know, certain you know, the ones that look opposite of us, they're gonna feel the way they're gonna feel. They're gonna hate the way they're gonna hate. It's in their nature. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It's built within their DNA. You know, they came out the Caucasus Mountains looking to be ravages and things like that. And that's just the clearest descendant of them when you see them on this within the internet. But my issue, and like you said, King, like I said, I'm just piggybacking off of the things that you articulately said so beautifully. It's the ones that look like us. Like why hate on people that look like your mother? Why hate on people that look like your sister? Why hate it's a nasty hate.
What gets me.
It's a nasty hate when you uplift and say, oh, Rhea is this and Liv is this and all this other stuff. Now you can say, yo, I like their characters, but no, it's like an infatuation. Like Queen said, it's a goonery towards it. And it's like, damn, like, so they get this gooner love, and the people that look just like your family get this nasty, like, oh my God, it's just this. I don't even want. I'm not even gonna repeat though. It's just nastiness that comes out of their mouth. So it's like, yo, you deserve to get slapped for real. And it's like, yo, I'm not there to do it. And you live off the fact that I can just type it. I can just type it and be safe. Nah. Some of these comments are getting exposed. Jade is exposed. I wish all of them just expose these cats. I wish they would. I wish they would just screenshot it and just send it. No more time, no more effort. Screenshot, send. Screenshot, send. That's all I would like. That way, let the people that support you, let us do it. Let us get. Oh yeah. Oh, this is who it is. Bet. Let's chime in and let's do A, B, and C. But but they shouldn't even be subjected to such things. So that's me telling them to actually go and look at this stuff, and they shouldn't even be looking at it. So it's an issue. It's an ongoing issue. But all we can do is just say our piece when we can say it. So like I said, shout out to Kyle. Look, man, don't apologize for anything, man. We might do more of this type of content, man. Like I like this dessert. You know what? I'm putting it out there. I hate to put too many things on the brother, on the brother kick out. I hate to do it, but we need our own special shows when it comes to even reaction videos. This could have been like in a reaction video as well, just its own thing. And it is tea, but it's like this is more than tea. This is big, and we can have our own joints when it comes to that. It's not about doing anything else. It's just this is a little bit different than the normal segments that we give to the people, but it still needed to be said. Kai, keep doing the work. We're gonna hey, I like it. I like the train of thought. We're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna go into the chat. We're gonna come up with our own ideas and things like that. I'm speaking forward in the future. And it's like, yo, things like that, this is what we're here for. Because you're gonna hear at the end of the show, the brother's gonna tell you we gonna be this and we that and we that. It's that triple B. He gonna tell you, and I 100% support it 100%. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
At all. If you got a problem,
and we ain't got no apologies here, man. We totally unapologetic.
And it's like I said, I don't got to make an apology for it, but we got white folks that watch our channels. We shout out to Latte and all, like they know what it is. It's not hate. I'm just fighting back. There's a difference. So it is what it is, man. I have no problem with that. Shout out to everybody on the panel and all. Travis, I know you were busy in the background. Shout out to Kai, man. Uh-oh, did she freeze? Oh, she froze for a second. But yeah, shout out to everybody. But BA, bro. T brought to the people by
the lovely people at Fanatics.
Amen. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. Yes.
Let me get barbecue sauce and let me get
we getting that food. I got you. I muted you. I got you. But shout out to Fanatics. They definitely handled their business this week, and I know they love Danhausen and all. If you're interested in any WWE products or WrestleMania stuff that just happened over the last weekend, use the link that was on the screen. It's also in the descriptions. You can use that, help the channel out, get all your WWE merchandise and all through Fanatics and help us out. You give us a chance. But thank you so much. We got one question I'll get to you real quick. So let's get to the questions and comments.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it. You're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Shout out to True Classics. Aaron Teagle, shout out to AA Ron. He said, "What up, guys? Happy Sunday. How are you doing?" Can't complain. I think for everybody said that earlier. Get 20 people got cut from WWE. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, AA Ron. We talked about it a little bit earlier. As far as the releases and all that. Change this up. As far as the releases and all, we had them up. Yeah, I mean it's tough and all, but kind of the way I'll put up another comment to answer your question. Shout out to Cuz. He said, "No, facts, they weren't needle movers," and I think that's the way everybody feels on the show. Like, it sucks that they lost their job and all. Some people didn't get as much of a chance they should have, but nobody was really a needle mover where they took advantage of the opportunities they had on TV to really be a needle mover. So, yeah, that is what it is. Y'all rock with that answer, everybody, before I move on in the show? Yes? Good? Thumbs up? Good? All right, y'all. Thank you again for rocking with us for another episode of We Talk Combat, y'all. It's been another one. It's been a good one. I know we had some deep topic today and all that stuff. Yes, I know Travis. Travis gave us a round of applause. I'll give you a real one, Travis, just for you. Just for you. We get a round of applause. Thank everybody for rocking with the show, man. Again, we've done this for over a year now. We thank y'all so much for rocking with us. We've been growing. Appreciate everybody. If you're new to the channel, I should tell you, do us a favor down there by Heavy Developmental, Mr. Green, the right side of his picture. Hit that subscribe button, like button, the notification bell, so you're always notified when we drop this hot fire. We normally do it around 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, but I say 3 p.m. CPT because you never know. If you know, you know. But yeah, we do that here again with the schedule. We do watch alongs all week. Sometimes we do recap shows as well after shows, so we may drop, like BA said, a recap show sometimes when stuff is like hot off the press. That's the same reason why I wanted to do the COD thing today too, Mr. Green, because COD just had his video today, so I wanted it to be an instant reaction thing like we kind of did with the recap and all. But yes, I do agree we should have more of these topics and all, especially with the way the IWC is right now, especially the way wrestling is moving. We do need black topics. We need to have more black shows about wrestling because it's about to be black. It is black. Screw is about to be black. It is. So it's about that time to have these shows. I've been looking for shows like this. Part of the reason why we do shows like this is because we were looking for these type of conversations. So if you're into those type of conversations about black wrestling, about wrestling in general, we don't just know about black wrestlers. We're pretty knowledgeable about wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling knowledge on this panel right here that's been watching wrestling probably over 100 years combined. So if you want our knowledge, it ain't just about black, but we will always root for our black folks, because that just is what it is. But we got white favorites too. Shout out to Randy Orton, guys like that. We just talk about Ethan Page and all of them. Like, it is what it is. We respect real, recognize real. It is what it is.
Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Exactly.
We're literally saying the song.
Exactly.
Talent is talent.
But if you're new to the channel, guys, like I said, all that stuff, do us another favor, y'all. Hit that like, subscribe, all that stuff, but also follow my guy BA with the rest of the 695 crew, Calvin and Larry, on Get Off the Damn Fence. They do shows every Wednesday evening. They talk about all things, but mostly sports. Help them guys out, help them get to their follower goals, all they drop fire content. We do this, y'all, all damn week, basically, for y'all. So if you're interested in this type of conversations, you're into our personalities, please follow us. Also follow my guy BA as well as Rel. What is that? Big J and also Will, when they do Cuz We Geek every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning. They talk about all things in geek culture and film and television. They usually have good shows discussing Invincible, stuff like that that's going on. What else just happened? Invincible, The Boys, and all that type of stuff. They're discussing that. Spoilers. So if you've watched that type of show and you just want to talk about it with folks that watch it like-minded, like yourself, go over there, check them out. They always have fire content over there as well. And lastly, me and my guy Rel, we do Cap and Crown. We got a new logo now, if you didn't know. But the NBA is heating up. We almost in the second round almost, y'all. A lot of fire stories going on and all. Help us get to our goals. We try and get to 5,000 subscribers over there, y'all. So help us out. If you're in the NBA content, I know a lot of you guys are. Come on over there. If you're a fan of any team, come on over there. We talk about stuff. We do watch alongs and all sometimes as well was there. But other than that, this is We Talk Combat, y'all. Y'all know what we do. We are the best, the brightest, and the blackest definitely the blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else, y'all. We gonna stay original for you guys. Just is who we are. We are original. We're gonna call it like it is. If you want it real, come over here and get it. Pause. Also, lastly, we watch the shit so you don't have to. Remember that. We appreciate y'all so much, y'all. This is We Talk Combats again for Chemo Queen, for the final Hugo Boss down there, and Heavy Developmental Mr. Green. I am Muy Grande Negro Americano, and we out, y'all. Thank you so much. Shout out to them shorts. Be on the lookout for them, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.